Modi o te whānau, no mai hoki mai. Welcome back to the practice run, your frontline pass, the hardest sports session, brought to you by 99 Dreams. Inspiring others to chase their dreams, brought to you by your hosts, Raori, Tukoerangi, and Sam Tarangi. We're diving deep into the thrilling world of the NRL and Rugby League today, and who knows where the game will take us tomorrow. From the try line to the sideline, we've got you covered.
Strap in as we tackle the big plays, the game-changing moments, and the stories that define legends. Whether you're a seasoned vet or this is your first hit up, the practice run is for everyone. Every run, every tackle, every win. Experience the rush with us.
With exclusive insights, couch analysis, and a touch of humour, the practice run is here to keep you entertained, informed, and part of our practice squad. Because here, every practice run takes us one step closer to glory. The Practice Squad, where every listener is MVP, powering our play every episode, every day.
We'd also like to give thanks to 99 Dreams for powering our passion. Now let's kick things off with today's lineup.
Yes, and today, ladies and gentlemen, it is the beginning of international season. The teams have officially been announced for the top three teams that are competing against each other in the NRL Pacific Championship. Not the is this the cup or the plate? This is the cup, and the plate is the PNG, Fiji, Guatemala, right?
I think so.
Yeah, and then Samoa play the colonizers. And is theirs like a 3-game, or are they just a one-off?
Nah, it's 2 or 3, right? I don't know which one it is. I think it's.
I'm just
2 or
confused
3.
why Samoa are playing England. That's random.
I think it's more because Tonga played England last year.
Oh, right. So Australian NRL are just like, you know what? Yous go play over there. We'll have our 3-way comp over here. And then next year, yous just rotate.
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, to be honest, Australia got smoked like 30-0. They should have been flicked off over there to play England. It should have been Tonga, Aotearoa, and Samoa playing against each other. The best of the best. But to be honest, we'll get into those lineups. But it seems as though we don't have the best of the best this time around. So we'll be diving deep into that. We'll be breaking that down. Also, it has been stated that the Penrith Panthers, after going on their 4-peat, would potentially be going for another, what do they call that, World Club Challenge, 4 in a row, which is unprecedented. Have requested that, next year, it kind of just take a year off. And to be fair, why not? You've played in 4 of them, and you've won, 2? Well, they won 3. Didn't they lose last year?
They lost last year. I think they lost the year before, right?
So it's not a winning record. No wonder they don't want to play.
The
Penrith, Club Challenge.
Oh, yeah, I can't even remember.
I know they lost last year. Yeah.
They lost the year before that too, because that's
Yeah.
Jack Wellsby game.
Well, see, there you go, Fano. No wonder they don't want to play it. They don't win. They only want to play when they win. It's because they can't get the refs on their side over there. That's why refs don't play their bullshit. So we'll have a little bit of a corridor about that. But other than that, there's not too much to talk about. There's no games this weekend. Although there is Bathurst, which is a random car event. So I was thinking maybe we should just pick a driver, and if winners win, we can brag about it on the episode. Yeah, so find you a driver between now and the end of the episode, and we'll get into that. But how was the week, lads? How's the week been too? How was the drive home?
Drive home was good. It was a bit raining, but nice and smooth. Got in, had enough time to go to the gym, but I was like, nah. And then had work on back to Mahi on Tuesday, but that was just training the whole day, so it was pretty cruisy. Trying to get back into the routine now. Trying to get back into gymming and all that. But other than that, no, pretty good. Yeah, what about you, Sam?
The week. I don't know. I haven't really done a lot.
How's the weather? How's the rain?
Nah, it's better. I don't know. No, like I'll be honest, I don't remember going outside today, so I can't. No, it was windy, that's why. Windy as hell. Beautiful day yesterday, though. Tried to figure out why I didn't go. It was cold, it was windy. I think it might have been raining. Can't tell you that. I didn't actually go outside. So, yeah, it's been a bit hit or miss. I'm hoping for a bit more typical Dunedin weather coming up where you get the same thing every day. But no, what about you, Ra? What have you been up to?
Look, man, been recovering. That ride home, brothers, it was actually pretty tough. It was hella windy on that ride all the way back, and we was doing some illegal speeds. And at one point, like, too, you know how I said my shoulder's been playing up lately? Now, I was holding heavy with the left, and just kind of the right was just dangling, holding the throttle. It was sketchy, bro.
Bloody hell.
It was sketchy, but yeah, so I've been resting this week. Nothing too strenuous for me, Fano, because, yeah, we just surviving. We just surviving at the moment. But yeah, it's good. I'm looking forward to what the last quarter of the year. We're slowly getting things tidied up here at the practice run. Don't worry, Fano. You'll have content that will get you through until next season. Don't you worry about that. The practice run isn't going anywhere. However, we need to set up some things to make sure that we can continue doing this for you without getting too fatigued. So just bear in mind, there won't be no episode on Tuesday. So don't panic. It's not because we've forgotten anything. There's just no Tuesday episode. There will be an episode next Thursday, so do make sure to check back in with us on Thursday. If you are subscribed, don't forget to hit that bell notification so that you get those beeps when we drop videos, so that you're never late to the party. But you know who was late to the party? Paper, Scissors, Rock. We missed it last week, so our apologies. Or on Tuesday, sorry. We were just too heated after that grand final. It was just too heated. We missed the cues. And we were in person for the first time ever. You miss things, man. You miss things. So it's Tu and I. You guys were robbed. If we knew it was like this, it could have had an in-person battle. But it is what it is. Paper, scissors, rock. We've been doing it all season. Paper beats rock, rock beats scissor, scissor beats paper. 1, 2, 3, shoot. Winners win, losers lose. All right, are you ready, brother?
Ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, shoot. And up. Oh, high five.
Oh, yeah.
Paper on paper. All right, 3, 2, 1, shoot. And up. Oh, he got it. He got it. I say paper, he changed. He changed the scissors. Good choice, good choice. Where do we start? Shall we talk about the Panthers not playing the club challenge? We'll get that out of the way.
Yeah,
What's your guys' thoughts? I say fair enough. I mean, 4 times going to England, I'd be over it too. There's just, what do? You're going over there, you're playing a Super League team. It doesn't affect your season. It's more of like a glorified preseason game, right? Where all your starters have to play. I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me. And they deserve it. 4 years in a row. Why not give them a break?
I'm with you. They just don't value it as much as the Super League's team do. Like, Super League champ is always up for it, They always want to give it a go, and their record's pretty good too. But the NRL teams just don't view it that way. It's not like I think when Penrith played St. Helens, whatever year that was. Well, the team that they played, I can't remember if it was St. Helens or not, but the team that they played had like people come in, like they brought in the old boys to give the team a talk to. I think the old boys team they brought in had like beaten the NRL team that year that they played, and they were talking about how it's something that bonds them, and they still talk about it 20 years later. NRL teams don't do that, especially for an event like that. They just don't care. Like to them, it's a preseason game, a glorified one. So, I mean, obviously they still want to win, but to them, it's like if they win, it's like, oh, cool. We were probably meant to win. And if they lose, they're just like, oh, cool. Time to get ready for the actual season now. But yeah, so I'm not surprised. But yeah, I don't know what you do.
Yeah, well, the big thing about it is with that World Cup challenge or the World Club challenge, whatever it's called, and then with them also going to Vegas, like, I like the idea of it, but I think more the execution on top of it. If you're planning to make them go to England and then to Vegas, on top of them already having the shortened preseason, well, yeah, I don't know why any team, let alone a team that's played as much football as the Panthers have over the last 5-6 years, that like why anyone signs up for that, because you put yourself behind so much, especially with the rep, and all the guaranteed. Is it guaranteed? Like time off through the NRLPA collective bargaining agreement that teams have to have and players have to have. I think it would be a lot more interesting if they did, say, a top 4, a top 6 maybe from each league that goes over, and that's the Vegas weekend with the women's internationals. If they made that more so the spectacle, because then you say these are our 2 best leagues, these are the top however many teams from the year before, like they're all going to play in a tournament over here in the States, and then you might just have to play a second, like basically back to back, or you might just say, hey, 1's going to play 1, 2's going to play 2, 3's going to play 3, and so on and so forth until you get to your teams. You make that the spectacle rather than you're going to play NRL, have a break, and then you go on to continue the rest of your season. So I don't know, like I really like the idea of it in terms of putting the 2 leagues together, but with Vegas in the mix, it makes it a lot harder for who you can actually send.
One thing I want to ask is, why does it never come to Australia? Why is it always Australian teams having to travel to England all the time? Especially if you're putting 4 in a row. Fuck, England should come to Australia.
Yeah, not too sure about that. It's happened in the past.
Yeah.
Because I think it might have been St. Helens came over and they played like 2 games, I think, in Aussie. They did the World Cup challenge against Penrith, won that, and they played another NRL team the following week. So I don't know if they alternated or whatever, but historically it has been an Aussie team going over.
Yeah, like the percentages.
Yeah.
A lot more NRL teams heading to England than England teams heading to the NRL.
Yeah. I wonder if that's because the NRL teams want to use it like, part of the preseason, like team bonding. Like you're going to a whole other country. It's probably just going to be you and the boys. But again, you're more going for the team bonding aspect than you're just having to play a game.
Yeah.
Than going over.
Doesn't it cost the team a lot more? Like, how much of it is subsidised by the NRL?
I wouldn't have a clue.
I'd imagine most of it's subsidised by the NRL. Like, that's...
Well, because I heard not a lot of it is subsidised for teams going to Las Vegas. That's what the Broncos complained about, is that, the teams like the Roosters that have a lot of money, they flew over... I think they had a direct flight to Las Vegas, whereas the other teams all had stopovers and shit like that. So the Broncos were complaining that not enough of it is subsidised by the NRL, and that teams had to, foot a lot of those bills themselves, the accommodation, the flights, and all that shit for the trainers, coaches, players.
I suppose, but that's also a regular season NRL game. So that's kind of like I get it's way more expensive than like what a normal round would be. But yeah, like it's still an NRL game as opposed to that's the club challenge. Like,
and you also forfeit if you're either team, but if you're the home team in that instance, you're forfeiting your rights to earn money from the stadium. And merch sales at the game, and food sales, and ticket sales, and shit like that. You don't make any money off of that.
I'd assume you'd have to have a portion that goes towards the home team. Like, there's no way a club's going to sign up and say, yeah, we want this, and we're going to make absolutely no money from it.
Well, then what about the away team? Because they're just giving up just as much to get to Las Vegas as well as the home team.
It's
Like-
the thing is, right? You might be losing out on stuff like that, but it's the exposure, and that's what they know. I'll be banking on. They're like, yeah, you're not going to earn as much, blah blah blah. But you're playing in the USA, where you get your eyes on a whole new fan base. So the potential that could come from that, as I'm guessing what they'll pitch,
Yeah.
like imagine all the new fans you'll get. Like that should be worth its own weight in gold, kind of thing. Whether that's reality or not. I mean, did they actually struggle to pick the teams going this time? Like, a few teams pulled out, right? Like, I'm pretty sure the Bulldogs said we won't go, or like we don't want to go.
Yeah. It was after they heard back from the teams that did go.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't know if they were like pretty much forced to go, like, you're going. But yeah.
I mean, like, with anything there, right? Like, it's massive cost. So
Yeah.
it's that, but it's also the cost for security. Because whether people want to acknowledge it or not, there's so much security risk with going to the States.
Oh,
They're going to the wrong place, man. Abu Dhabi. They already want
That's
all
what I
the
was about to
sports.
say.
They're
Why
already
are they
paying
wasting
to
their
bring
time,
sports
man?
over.
Yeah, go to Dubai. Go to
Dubai, mate.
Saudi
They'll
Arabia.
almost pay for everyone to come over, I reckon. You know,
Yeah,
the
man.
amount of money they're putting into tourism, specifically sports. I heard there's talks of the All Blacks going over there. Or they're trying to buy the Rugby Championship final or something.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because they were trying to buy that cup.
Preseason.
Why not? Why not? Like, I'd be going there.
Yeah. Because we talked about this in preseason A2, like when we first started out the practice run, we were talking about like that Saudi money. You could create a whole badass comp
Straight
over
up.
there. Like we were pitching like, come on man, get us on board. We will build the league. You just fund
That's
it.
right. Yes,
We
I
will
do
build
remember
it.
this.
You fund it. We've got the
Yes.
ideas. We are the think tank. Get the practice run going. Let them be playing for the practice run shield. They might have ran for the shield. It's a practice run shield. Yeah, yo. But yeah, man,
Telling
that's
you,
Saudi
man,
money, brother.
That's where they need to go.
That's where it's
That,
at.
and they'll be well looked after. I reckon
Yep.
they'll be well looked after.
The
Those
league
Saudis
salary
will take
will
care
just
of them.
increase.
The production's going to be top line. Like, look at all the UFC events they have over there.
Yep. Stadiums packed out. You'll be killing your local fans. Your no teeth South fans, your inbred Tigers fans. Bro,
Chill
you
ass
can't
over
tell
here.
me it ain't, mate. Oh, I've seen that guy. Jonathan
Oh.
Teston. Jonathan Teston.
I've
That's
seen
what
that
you've got
brother in another.
representing.
I've seen that brother in another jersey too.
He represents
remember
your
which one
club
it is.
proudly.
Nah.
Yeah, man, there's video footage. I'll clip it. But yeah, so Saudi League would go off. It would definitely isolate a lot of the how do I say this? Tangata Ma in Australia, they'll definitely get very rolled up about it being moved to Saudi Arabia. They already have difficulties understanding ethnicities in their country. But I'm all for it, man. I reckon it'll go off.
I don't know. Well, I also think the biggest point for why you would target the US more so than Saudi is you've potentially got a player base there. The number of college football players who don't make it pro, like, you can't tell me that they can't at some point develop the skills for rugby league.
Yeah, but you're not going to make anywhere near as much money as you can in the Canada Football League and the NRL. If you're not making the NFL, you're making CFL, man, and the NRL just don't have that much money.
But like you would have to have investors from the States there. That's the whole thing. Like,
what
you're
they're
not
trying to
taking,
land.
huh?
That's what they're trying to land is endorsement deals from the States to get the salary cap levels up at the clubs back in Australia.
Hey man, they got to do something about this because Panthers can't keep losing the players.
Oh, they're doing just fine. They're doing just fine.
No, but that
Well, you can't tell me any other team has won a grand final, lost players, and gone back to win it 3 more times.
That's I don't know. I don't see a way that the cap increases. Most leagues over in the States, their cap increase because of TV deals, right?
Mm.
Yeah, it's the TV deals for them.
I'm assuming it's the same over here, but I'm guessing those TV deals are nothing like what they are in the States.
Nah.
Oh no,
We're talking billions and billions to the maybe. I'm assuming it better be at least tens of millions. You know, if not, maybe low hundreds of millions. You know,
What, in the NRL?
yeah, like the TV deal. Just
Maybe.
I don't know, but we'll find out soon. That next deal's up in 2, maybe 3 years. No, it's up sooner than that, I think.
not too sure. Is it going to be
because they want to finalize that next TV deal before they bring in the teams.
Yeah. Well, that'll be it. The next TV deal, man. That's going to be the one, make or break.
Apparently,
that might make us see the first $2 million player. I'm assuming if it goes up.
who would be a $2 million player?
I mean, what, like who will get 2 million?
Yeah.
Or who's worthy of 2 million?
Well, both.
Well, I mean,
I reckon the Tigers
Cleary.
will reach on someone.
I'd say Welsh would be up there.
Yeah, I can't wait for you guys to re-up Walsh. Can't wait for you
Welsh-
guys to re-up Mam.
Walsh is
Mam
already
on the
done.
1.5.
Oh, I doubt he's getting another contract.
No,
with our
he
new coach.
is. He is 1.5.
Nah, man, not with our new coach. Anyway, the TV audience numbers were 3.42 million on Australian free-to-air broadcasting 9 network for the NRL Grand Final over the weekend, which goes up slightly on the previous year, but down compared to the AFL Grand Final. So NRL is still not the biggest sport in Australia. It's still the Australian Football League. They still dominate the viewership.
And that final was a stinker, right? That team got absolutely trounced. It was,
Yeah.
It was like
Brisbane,
bad.
didn't they win? Was it Brisbane?
Yeah.
I didn't watch the Brisbane Lions. But yeah. It was like 40 points, say, to like something
60?
low. 60?
Yeah, I think it was. There
I
was
think
a
they
60
doubled
point
it.
lead. It was.
I
in
think
the
they
final.
doubled them up.
At a final?
Yeah.
Brothers, that is Titans versus the Warriors shit. You don't play that in the finals.
It's hilarious too because if you look at a lot of the AFL radio shows, commentaries and all that, bro, they shit on the NRL in their final. As if their final wasn't a 60-point blowout. You guys can't sell our stadium. They were like, I think 2,000 or 3,000 short of capacity versus, cool, you got 100,000 in a 60-point blowout.
Fuck. That's just shocking. That's shocking. There we go. There we go. One thing I did want to talk about briefly, we were supposed to talk about this earlier in the year, but it's kind of circled its way back. And with the Perth Bears having their ticket denied, PNG are floated as the front runner. However, sources believe that the Kia may have jumped back to the front of the queue. That is the South Island Kia. What are our thoughts on this? I've got a couple, but I'll wait to see what you guys say.
I think I'm still the same of what I said that time. I does care about that team.
Well, because this is what I'm thinking, right? Yes, the 2 games in Christchurch sold out this year, one being a preseason and then one being versus the Raiders. And the preseason game was versus the Tigers, so not very notable teams. However, the Raiders game was early on in the season, and I think a lot of people were still rolling high off of the Warriors 2023 season. I also think that this was like the first game that was played in the South Island in what, 5 years, 4 years? They haven't been down south throughout COVID, and maybe the last game was 2019, 2018. I think it was Manly and Warriors, or it might have been Manly and Melbourne in Christchurch. It was for Liam Brown, one of his games. Louis Brown. Liam, Louis, same thing. So I don't think that there'll be as much hype for another New Zealand team. I don't think there's enough talent in this country to fill another New Zealand team. And I don't think the South Island is going to get behind another code the same way they get behind rugby union. Rugby union is the dominant sport down there. I just don't think that league's going to be given the same time of day that you would a Crusaders, that you would a Crusaders Landers. I think the Mako get more love than rugby league down there.
Well, I mean, they win. Like, if they win, they're going to show up, right? They show up for the Crusaders because they have a history of winning. The Mako, they win. Canterbury, they used to win. And then the Mako became their own thing, and yeah. Oh, yeah. There's half the Crusaders team in that team. So,
you will get players like probably Isako will come home, Jordan Ricky will come home. Who else is from the South Island? Mannering and Lewis Brown probably come out of retirement for a game. Griff?
I think their biggest thing would be if they're going to base out of Christchurch, they're going to have to try to suck Wellington into it.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would go to South Island when you could go Wellington, who have the New Zealand Institute of Sport or whatever there. They've got that whole facility there where you can base out of. That's a major city there, and you can still have all of the South Island. I don't know why you would base out of Christchurch.
I think they're doing it obviously because of that new stadium.
Yeah, the new stadium's the reason why.
But... Yeah. But they also said that they'll carry games up to Tasman, Christchurch, Dunedin, and Invercargill. So they're really trying to get the scope of all of the South Island to get them in behind this team.
I think the other big thing is who are you going to get to coach?
Yeah,
because it's not like Wayne's off contract unless he's going to do 2 years at South, leave, and that's when you're going to bring that team in. But even then, the big thing's going to be who are you going to get to coach that team? Because if it comes in and it stinks, it's going to be cool. We've got the Warriors and we've got another team that stinks. Cool, we've got two teams that aren't going to win.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Like we just don't have the depth to cover two shit teams.
The other thing is going to be, well, when are they going to bring it in? Because at the end of 26?
Yeah. So after 26.
There's a lot of good players who come off contract in 26. Oh, sorry, no, at the end of 25. They might have. The big thing is going to be like, yes, who can they get that's off contract?
No one.
Because if they're coming in at the start of 26, you might be able to get Nikora, who's off contract. You might be able to get a Trindle, so at least you have a decent half. You have a good edge who's a Kiwi who you can kind of sell as the face of your franchise. Griff's just re-upped. And he's re-upped for 3-4 years, so... Man, that's going to be tough. Is Phoenix Crosby going to be your, marquee signing at 9? I think he's off contract at the end of 26, maybe 27.
Yeah.
Is Ryan muted?
Yeah, you muted? Oh, what are you?
My thing must have come out.
I saw this movie and I was like, is it me?
Yeah,
No, so what I was going to say is, who's moving from Australia to New Zealand? Like, who's giving up the lifestyle that Australia can offer, the money that Australia can offer, the privileges that Australia can offer to move to Christchurch?
You'd have to give them a salary cap exemption, rather than you're going to get X amount over, so that way you can pay overs on certain players to get them to relocate.
Because
But
they complain about being in Auckland too cold. Cousins ain't going to survive in the heart of the south.
It'll be cold, but there's a roof.
Brother, they struggle, man. The boys in Canberra will probably be your best bet because they can deal with a little bit of cold, but I don't think none of them ever played in the snow.
I mean, it'd certainly be funny.
Oh, it'd be hilarious. Seeing the likes of like a Reece Walsh puffer jacketed up, nail polish on, just chattering, brothers. Teeth chattering.
Why did the nail polish get a mention?
Gee, he's always painted up. Have you not noticed? My guy is clean.
No.
It was pink, I think, last week.
Oh.
I've always thought about it. Is it a vibe? I don't know. I just feel like it doesn't match me. Like I don't got the confidence to rock it. Like not even a black.
Painted fingernails.
Yeah, I can't. You ever tried?
No.
Maybe that's the punishment next year.
No.
We
So I
got to
fell
do an
asleep.
episode.
When I was in high school, I fell asleep one night at my mate's place. Bro, woke up, had painted toenails, didn't know. Went to school the next day, had PE first period. Still didn't know. Fucking took my socks, walked off, and everyone was cracking up, looking at it. And I was like, I don't care. I don't care. It's too early in the morning for this. But my teacher was like, it's an interesting choice there, Sam. Finally looked down. I was like, I washed my feet this morning and didn't notice. So he sent me to the principal's office to go get some nail polish. And I was like, brother, who cares? They're out for 40 minutes. They're out for 40 minutes. Let me go play some touch, man.
What color were it?
They were pink.
Oh yeah, see, pink, good color. Maybe that's the punishment. But yeah, I'm not too sure what they think. I mean, yeah, you'll have the opportunity to play at Forsyth Bar. You'll have the opportunity to play at Kickoff Stadium and wherever they play at Nelson and Invercargill. But I don't know. I don't see it being successful because, like you said, who's going to coach? We struggle to steal a coach. We had to take him from rep footy. Billy doesn't want to coach. They definitely don't want to coach in Christchurch. Maybe Bellamy, but he wouldn't want to give up being in Melbourne or retiring on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland to move to frickin' Christchurch.
We hear right?
I have a name, but I'm wondering if he's holding out for another job. Don't know. I could think off the top of my head would be Nathan Kalis.
True.
So you'd get a Kiwi asking a Kiwi to do it.
But where's he from? He ain't from down south, is he?
It don't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It wouldn't matter. It would not matter.
If you get a Kiwi coach down there, they'll at least back that.
Yeah.
If you put some unproven Aussie coach, I promise you the moment they start losing.
Because I think Nathan Kalis, I was thinking he might have been the favourite to get the Kiwis job before Stacey. And I don't know if he's in the Eels system, but I think his name came up for that job. So I think he might be there or thereabouts.
Isn't he a part of like some recruitment for Kiwis?
He's in the Kiwis coaching staff.
Yeah.
So if I'm wondering if they did come in, he would be a coach that they would target or someone that they would go for.
Yeah, potentially. He's a good enough player. I reckon he could win a locker room.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's got experience being a player for how many years? So
who would be, if we were the committee for the South Island Kia, who is our first signing? Who's off contract 2026 that we could sign?
Oh, I can't be bothered bringing up zero
Uh,
tackle. But
Immediately, the only contract I can think of is Dylan Brown.
Fuck.
But that's because he's got the play options. I wouldn't want to as the marquee player, but
That's what you got to get. Yeah.
because it would be Nicola, but he's off contract at the end of 25.
yeah, I
So
mean,
he's too early. I think Tarps is locked up, so it's like
I
it
would
is.
put it on a young gun. I don't know I mean, Dylan Brown, I don't think that's a bad option. I mean, he'll get people to come watch. You kind of just need a name.
What about young Kiwi boy, Jack Howard?
Nah, he's out. Not
But you're
him.
only thinking of New Zealand players. What Australian players? Because, I mean, look at the Warriors. Their best players come from Australia.
I'm thinking someone who's probably good enough to be starting, but isn't. So, looking at people who are like the 20th or the 18th, 19th man on a deep squad. I mean, when does Wishart come off?
Yeah, that's the name I was thinking of
26.
immediately. It's Wishart.
Yeah, Wishart would be one.
Yeah, he'd definitely be your number one pick, I reckon.
Pep, because rumor has it he's on that potential outer at Melbourne.
It's one of those two, because if Pep extends, Fa'alongo can negotiate with other teams.
Yeah. And then just young ones coming through, like I'd be looking at Latu Fainu, because of Luai coming over. It's Luai and Lachlan Garvin, unless he wants to play that at 14.
Yeah.
But someone like that, those are the types of players I'd be looking at. There's a few Bulldogs who probably are borderline NRL players, or like wouldn't look out of place playing first grade, but they're stuck behind others. I'd be looking at players like that.
There's that young Penrith forward too. I think it's like Hassett or something. He's a Kiwi. Apparently, he's pretty good. So,
But I'd also be stealing Union players who can't crack
Yeah.
the Super Rugby.
I'll be in on Union players too.
Like maybe
obviously.
NPC players who can't crack the Super Rugby. Be like, hey, we got money.
Yeah.
Come on over.
It'll definitely be a great what's the word I'm looking for? Great way to sort of develop Canterbury rugby, I guess, because they'll also players who don't quite crack that NRL side will go back to Union, and they'll already be in Canterbury, so they'll obviously go play for the Crusaders and go play in Canterbury and vice
Is there
versa.
All Black coming off contract then? Well, most of them are signed through to World Cups, right?
Hey, what about
normally how All
Richie? What's
Blacks-
Richie doing? Imagine him for a year at the league club and then transition back to Union.
That'd be crack up. I was thinking Caleb Clark.
I can't stand Caleb.
Caleb Clark's got that LeBron contract thing going on, eh? I'll re-up for a year, and if you guys don't pick him, play me, I'm gone.
Yeah, Caleb Clark would be one, maybe.
I don't rate him, eh?
I
He's
finally
solid.
came around to him. He had a really
He's
good game
solid.
this year, and I was like,
Maybe
I do see
one
it.
good game.
Yeah, one. One for the All Blacks. I don't know. Blues fans claim he rips it up every game, and then I watched them. I'm like, I swear Talia is way better than him.
Bro, yeah, where is Mark, man?
Nanai Saturo?
Yep.
Oh,
He was.
He was at the Warriors until he signed that contract with whoever.
That was the biggest mistake he made, I reckon. He should have stayed with the Wars because they pretty much had him in not only their top 30, but borderline going to crack the 17. And he reckons, nah. And he's just...
I can't blame him, man. He was a Kens boy, and I watched one of their games, and I was like, oh, who's this kid?
He was next level away. I also thought he was taller. He looked small on the rugby field. Only because I still remember that video where he just looks like a man.
Yeah.
Literally a man amongst boys. And then when I seen him, I think in sevens, I was like, oh, you're actually, compared to these people,
Yeah.
you don't look all that special.
There's been a few of those guys at Kensei where on that high school football field, brother, they look massive.
Massive.
And then you put them up against people who are like in rugby programs, and you're like, oh, wow. You kind of look small.
Yeah.
But no, I was
You,
also I
you
think
look normal.
with the Kia, a big thing would be, is the NRL going to bring back the under 20s? Because if they bring back that under 20s pathway, then there's a lot more talent that you have, like that you're kind of exposed to, so you're at least going to know. Just to put that.
They
back
don't,
in.
right? It's because Jersey Fleg's the last one, right? Jersey Fleg. Then Jersey Fleg is under 18, 19. SG Boar, I think, is like under 17s or something. Because I know the youngest one, it goes SG Boar, then Jersey Fleg, and then it's the one before the NRL, the New South Wales, the knock-on effect cup or whatever, and the Queensland Cup.
Yeah. I think a big thing would be just, are they going to bring back that under 20s league? Because then that, kind of lets you see
junior league again.
What was that?
Definitely need that junior league again, just to build up talent and put that next gen on show again, like they did with the Sean Johnson era.
Yes. like they need to do something about it, but they have to fix it because they can't have what they had at the very end of that, which I think the final 2 years, where it was like teams were winning like 60, like they were putting up 60, 40, like they were 100-point games in those things. Like they've got to fix that aspect of it. But
how do you do that?
They've got to do something.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah,
that's a slippery slope. But you know what's not a slippery slope? The teams have been announced. The official teams, not our teams. We announced a few weeks into the postseason of the NRL our predictions or our dreams and manifestations for the international teams. Let's do our teams first. Just refresh everybody, and then we'll dive into the actual teams that were announced. Each of us will kind of go over the surprises, I guess, for each of the teams, and we'll just discuss who we think should win the comp based on the teams that have been announced. Do we go same way we did it when we were live?
I don't remember how we did it.
It was 2 you than me, right?
Yeah. So just read your list too. I'll read my list. Sam, you read your list. Then we'll read out the actual teams, and then we'll just have a bit of a discussion on who we think was a snubbed, who we think was a reach, and who we think is pretty much retired from international footy based off of the latest picks. Daily.
Yeah.
Huh?
I did pick like quite a big team, but I'll just read off who I thought would be the starting lineup. So fullback we had Tolu Koula, Hedunio Tupo, and Dallin as the wingers. Moses Sully, Will Pinasini centers. The halves pairing was Lolohea and Isaiah Katoa. Anafanua Blake and Jason Tambalolo, with my props with AFB being captain. Sunny Luke at 9. Olakoatu and Eliasa Katoa as the second rowers. Keon Kaloamatangi at 13. Then for the bench, I had Savili Havili, Siosifo Talakai, Moaki Futueka, Tyson Frizzell, and then I had Latu Fainu as my 18th man.
Nice. Heading over to Ahi Tereria, I had Dylan Edwards at fullback, Zach Lomax and Xavier Coates on the wing. I did say if Coates wasn't available, then I was going to pick Perez, but then we've got Bradman Best and Hamiso Tabuai Fido in the halves. I had Cameron Munster or Tom Dearden. I also had Nathan Cleary or Mitch Moses in the halves. At the props, I had Patrick Carrigan and Payne Haas. At hooker, I had Harry Grant. In the second row, I have Angus Crichton, Cam Murray, and at 13, my vice captain / captain was Isaiah Yeo. On the bench, Cotter Watson, Ruben Cotter, Liam Martin, Kalen Ponga, Matt Byrne. I forgot to change out Turbo for Jake Turbo for what's his name? Mitchy Barnett. I completely forgot about him when I was writing this out, and then one of the boys mentioned it in that episode, and I just forgot to change it on the paper. But that was my team.
For the Kiwis, I had Charles Nickel Clockstead. I had Warbrick and Asako on the wings. I had Iro and Timoko in the centres. Our halves were Tamari Martin and Jerome Hughes. The props were the Bash Bros, Moses Leota and James Fisher Harris, with Phoenix Crosland at 9. I then had Nikora and Nelson Asafa Salamona as our edges, and then Tarps at 13. 14 was Jeremy Marshall King, 15 was Leo Thompson, 16 Isaiah Papali'i, and 17 was Jack Elworth.
Hey, man, to be honest, we were all on the Howard bandwagon until he chose to do us dirty like that, man. That's on him. That's on him. What about your 18th man?
Seb Chris.
All right. Hey, I also want to preface. I had this written down too. It was the team would be captained by Cleary or DCE. If Moses is healthy and Cleary is not, Yo becomes captain and Harry Grant becomes VC. Call me Nostradamus, ladies and gentlemen. We'll start with you two. Read out the Mate Maatonga official squad. I'm going to read mine off of Clarkie's. Clarkie has it in his predicted lineup, but I'll also read the rest of the squad at the end of his predicted lineup. I kind of agree with his predicted lineup for the Australian lineup.
I'm just going to name the team they're going to name. So this is an alphabetical order. We have Paul Alamori, Kulikefu Finu Fuiaki, Adam Whanua Blake, and he is captain. Sevilla Havili, Lehi Hopewari, Isaiah Longi, Alessia Katoa, Asaya Katoa, and Seoni Katoa, Kafusi, Kiokolo Matangi Tolukola, Tui Malolo Lolahia, Sunny Luke, Homole Olakoatu, Taniala Paseka, Moses Suli, Jason Talmalolo, who's also captain. They must be codes. Daniel Tupo, Satili Tupanua, and Siua Wong is your Mate Maatonga for this championship.
Tease up. For Australian, Clarkie's got them lined up in a team. It goes Dylan Edwards, Zach Lomax, Hamaso Tabuai Fado, Brabham Best, Xavier Coates, Tom Dearden, Mitchell Moses, Mitchie Barnett, Harry Grant, Ruben Cotter, Angus Crichton, Liam Martin, Isaiah Yo. On the bench, he's got Ben Hunt, Lindsay Collins, Cameron Murray, Patrick Carrigan. The rest of the squad, Matt Burton, Tom Trebojevic, Reese Robson, and Lindsay Smith.
Oh boy, Lindsay. Some of us knew what we were on about. And your Kiwis, I'm just gonna read the team list. Oh, the squad. We've got Aaron Clark, Phoenix Crosland, James Fisher Harris, he's the captain, right?
Yep.
This actually didn't have captain on it, but yeah. Peter Hiku, Jerome Hughes, Jermaine Asako, Keanu Kinney, Casey McLean, Griffin Neame, Charles Nickel Clockstead, Cody Nikorima, Murata Nukore, as the Aussies like to say, Isaiah Papali'i, Jordan Ricky, Scott Sorensen, Joey Tarpanet, and Leo Thompson, Matt Timoko, Trent. What? Trent Taleo? Yep,
Toelo.
Yep, the brother from the Panthers. Warbrick
Don't
and
they call him Tolo?
But I have no idea. But yeah, and the Fahu White, he makes the end of your Kiwi squad.
Nice. Two, who do you think are some, what do they call them? They got duped in the lineup. Who do you think could have made this team that got duped?
Oh, the Snubs.
That's the word I'm looking for.
I don't know. I don't really know if anyone got snubbed as opposed to maybe they were just injured. The team that I set up before and this team here, I don't really know, to be honest. Maybe if they were bringing through some young bucks. I also thought that they were going to name more than just 21. So if you only got 21 to go off, it's pretty hard to pick anyone else other than the team that was named, really. Because the names I have. I don't know if they're injured. Will Penasini, he kind of looked like he was going to be there or thereabouts. He might be injured. Is Talakai injured?
I think he's good to go.
I think it's more we just got shifted to the bench.
Yeah.
So it kind of took away his 40 minutes.
He's someone that I maybe would have thought about. Tyson Frizzell, I think he was on the team last time. But again, like, who do you drop? It's... I don't know, man. I think this is about as good a team as they could have gotten, considering who was available or who they had. So this is a strong team. We knew where their weakness was. There was no, humming and hawing about that. But I think for what they got, they might be a dark horse, man. Yeah.
In terms of Australian players that I think got snubbed, I think I would have gone Tyran Wishart over Ben Hunt, especially watching sort of the later games in that playoff push. I think his versatility is just as good as Ben Hunt's. Ben Hunt can play hooker, but frick, bloody Wishart you can play whatever you put him at. He'll just show up and perform. He seems like a kid that's just all heart, all go. I think he was... he's hard to be missed. I guess Jack Howarth will be feeling like he's been snubbed here after declaring his availability. Foolish mortal. Other than that, I think the players that did get selected do deserve their spots in this team. I don't see, too many of these players getting subbed out for someone else, like a Jack Howarth. No chance. And yeah, like you said, good shout to Lindsay Smith. He's put in a lot of mahi this season and he's getting recognised for it. So good on him.
Yeah, well, the snubs for the Kiwis are a bit tough just because of who's available and who's not. So I don't really feel like there's any big snubs apart from Howarth. Apart from Howarth and potentially Edel, but that would... Well, with Howarth, we know that's more so him saying, I want to play for Aussie, I want to play for, I think, Queensland. You guys have said New South. Basically, he wants to play State of Origin. That we do know. With Edel, I don't know. Is he injured? Is he just said, nah, I just purely want to play for Cook Islands?
Yeah, he's Cook Island.
Yeah. But he is eligible. He is eligible, that's all I'm saying. But yeah, other than that, I don't really have a lot of people that are snubbed because I just look at the team that I named and I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of the players I named aren't there. And it's either through Nas with suspension, that's with injury to 1, 2, 3, 4. And then one also just saying, nah,
It says he's injured too. Kale Edel.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, then yeah, it just makes it so much worse. Because there's just so many players that are injured that aren't eligible for this. And then Nas on top of that being suspended doesn't really help it. The only snub I might have would be probably Jared. But I can also understand, if he's moving to England, he kind of wants to get settled over there. And then, establish himself within the team there. So playing in this isn't necessarily a major for him, considering he's given so much to the game down here already. Yeah, I think that's probably the only snub, if that's even considered a snub.
Hard. I mean, to be honest, without Nas, we probably do need a vet enforcer in there somewhere for our Kiwi boys, just to stand up against some of those Tongan boys, which leads me into the next part type. Where do you think the strengths lie in your teams?
For this Tongan team, it's in the forward pack. And then Fanua Blake, Jason Taumalolo, Keon Kalomatangi. I'm assuming that'd be the prop and lock duo.
Yeah,
Is
prop
my
lock and drop it.
guess. And then you got Olakau'atu and Elisa Katoa as your second rowers. That's pretty deadly. So I'd say that would definitely be the strength of this Tongan team. Get good go forward ball. Yeah. I don't know. Oh wait, I'm just looking at the team. Who are the wingers? It'd be
You got,
Tupou. Tupou
yeah,
would be one
Tupou
winger on Katoa.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is a pretty solid team, eh?
Yeah,
Quite a strong,
100%.
quite a strong team. But yeah, like their strengths definitely in the forward pack. Inspirational leaders up there. They should. I don't see their forward pack getting absolutely smoked. I think where they might struggle is when they come off. But then you have Paseka there. I think, where is he? Kafusi will end up playing in the middle, or Satili will play in the middle. So, yeah. And we know Fanua Blake can actually play big minutes. Tom Malolo, not so much. You'll have to stagger him. But Keon can play big minutes as well. It's just, can he play big minutes in the middle? That might be the question.
Yeah, well, Clarkie's got Keon on the bench at 17. He's got AFB, Paseka, your starting props, Olakau'atu, Taumalolo, and Eli Katoa, your others. Jason playing lock, obviously.
Yeah, well, yeah, potentially. But anyway, yeah, that's where I see the strength for this team is for the Tonga team. It's in the forward pack.
I think with the Kangaroos, the strengths come with the forwards also. You look at Mitch Barnett, Patrick Carrigan, Ruben Cotter, Angus Crichton now. Who else they got? Lindsay Collins has had a bit of a rest. So all of these guys are a bit more rested than a few of the others in this team. I think a lot of the strengths is going to have to come from some of the other players who didn't play the grand final, stepping up and making an impact. I'm actually looking forward to seeing how Xavier Coates carries on that performance from the grand final. He was definitely the best back, I thought, out there, the best back five on grand final Sunday. Dylan Edwards, you can never sleep on Dylan Edwards. He's one of the hardest working men out there. That Mitchell Moses, Zach Lomax connection, he's going to be dialing in and trying to give Zach Lomax a call. On paper, this Australian team looks really good, and it's kind of hard to find a weakness. Individually, a lot of these players really excelled. As you'd expect, though, most of this team, New South Wales. They obviously won Origin, and it's normally a what do you call it? Flow-on effect for the Kangaroo side is that, however, whichever team does better at Origin is normally more of those players filling up this Australian side, and I'm nervous as a true blue Kiwi about this Australian lineup. I didn't expect it to be as good as it has kind of turned out to be. So yeah, expect a lot from. I'm just hoping that the Panthers boys are a bit knackered. I hope Yo'd his last Yo. Edwards is a bit shattered. I hope they're all shattered from but they didn't play a very physical grand final. Like, they dominated. Wasn't like they got dominated. So yeah, balls in their hand. That's their oyster. I think it's Australia's to lose, is what I'm saying.
It's always Australia's to lose. They're
Well, I
always
think
constantly the most stacked team. You put up their B team, their C team, and it's still good enough to go on par with our A team. It's just they're just dominant. It's the reason why they've been dominating the sport for so long. It's just it's kind of what you expect. They shouldn't have lost last year, and Mal might be like, if they lose this one, Like I can't remember an Aussie team ever losing 2 tournaments in a row.
Nah.
So it's pretty much his job on the line. Because if they lose this one, sure you can make the excuse, oh, it wasn't that strong team, but you can also make that excuse for the Kiwis. So you're expected to win.
Yeah. I also think Tonga are in with a good chance, you know. If they show up and play on their day, man, ain't no one stopping them. It's a gritty forward pack. Do the Kangaroos play the Tongans first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh-wee.
And Tonga get the rest too. They
Yeah.
play first and third. Aussies play back to back, and then we play back to back.
Hey, that's all good. We kind of sometimes we bet it like that. But yeah, give us your thoughts, bro, on the Kiwis. Where are their strengths?
The middle.
Yeah.
The middle. Other than that, man, it's rough.
Would you say that we're relying on essentially a bounce back performance from our Dally M?
Nah. I still think it's the middle. The middle's got to get forward, which would, like, they've got to get the ascendancy so that Hughes has something to play off of. Because if they don't get the upper hand and then it's all on Hughes again, good luck. Good luck. He just doesn't get the ball in. He doesn't get the ball in like areas where he can actually operate and have a massive effect on the game. And especially with Nikorima being his half, like Nikorima's not going to be out there organizing things.
Nah,
Like, he's more.
he's got to run that thing, just run
Yeah.
it and pass.
Pretty
Hughes has
much
got to be
so.
the one to set the platters.
I mean, you've got a middle of Fisher Harris, Leo Thompson, Tarpany. Like, that's good.
Yeah,
That's just going to be, can the rest get on with that? And then I'm worried, man. Scott Sorensen is apparently a starter for us. He hasn't been healthy.
that's what I
So-
said the other day.
He looked fine in that final.
He did.
Yeah,
looked
he
pretty
was
good.
probably on some morphine and shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
just morphine him up again.
But
And
yeah,
then-
you know, that's one thing we can rely on though with this Kiwi side, right? Is we got something that they don't have. We got a fish. We got a heart and soul, man. James Fisher Harris, he a dog.
He is.
No one can match that intensity.
Holy, that cough has been going for ages. I've been
No
trying to
one
hold it.
can match that intensity, man. I reckon James Fisher Harris should bring it to Mitchie Barnett and show him who's the big dog in the forward pack next year. That's something I want to look forward to seeing. Is to see who's going to bring it to who.
Yep. Nah. I don't know. It's tricky, right? Because like he can do that, but does he have the same backup that like Mitch has? Like where Mitch isn't exactly, like stepping up to that challenge. He still has a Carrigan. He still has a Yo. He still has a Cotter. Like players who can really impact and get on top of the rest of the Kiwi forwards. Like, it's a little nerve wracking without having, especially Nelson there. Where
Yeah.
like if James isn't having or isn't able to get like the ascendancy, like then you still have holy, you still have Nas who can like come and make that impact. So it's not all on him. Like I still have big hopes that Leo can do that. Joey definitely can, but yeah, it's more so can the rest.
That's
Yeah,
it,
I
eh?
reckon.
You expect the stars to show up. Fisher Harris will show up. Tarpany will show up. It's just who's the next one after that.
Mm.
Will Leo Thompson step up? I think he's gotten better. And then that bench.
I reckon Nofahu can get up.
Yeah, he certainly can. Yeah.
The other issue we do have, we don't have Leo for Aussie. He's got the 1 match suspension from the head high on Felt.
Oh,
Oh,
then
well.
there you go then.
I just remembered it too, and I was like, "Why? Why am I so nervous about Leo? He's not there for the Aussie game."
So who would be starting, White or Clark?
That's probably Clark.
Well, Clark at 13.
I
And
don't,
put Tarps at 8.
I don't know. Haven't they been playing Clark in front row for the Titans?
Bro, he plays hooker, he plays
Yeah, he
lock,
plays
he
everywhere.
plays prop.
Yeah.
He plays
He's
wherever
everything.
you need him to. He will do it.
He's everything. So yeah, be that or maybe.
But Griff,
Yeah, I wonder if
Big
they go
Griff.
Griff or they would go Tarps with Papa Lead into 13.
That's what
The
I'm
Tigers
wondering.
had some insane thinking of that, so I don't.
He did that a
don't
bit
really
at
rate
the
it.
Eels as well at the 13.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Griff's been starting. He's been in and out of the Cowboys starting lineup this season.
Yeah, but that's been more because McLean's been injured.
No, he's set Tom Lulu on the bench a couple of times.
Did he? Oh my
Yeah.
god. Oh, when I was watching. No, when I was watching, that's all I know.
Yeah, man.
But yeah.
There's a few times. We celebrated it, actually, when Griff got his first starting game and it was Tom Lulu moved to the bench.
My god.
Yeah, so it could be Big Griff.
I don't know. But the other massive concern is who the hell's the other centre?
What do you think?
Clarkie's got Kenny at fullback.
Yeah. That's
Depends
probably how
on
it's going to
you.
go.
What they put, whether they want to start Kenny or not. If Kenny doesn't start, then assuming it'll be
It's
Chance.
going to be
and then
Hiku.
Peter Hiku, yeah.
I don't know, man.
Hiku and Timoko. If it's not, it's going to be Chance at centre and Kenny at fullback.
So what
It
I'm
could
hearing
be Neil Corday. I mean, he's played centre for the Kiwis before, and he's done it on more than one occasion.
I mean, if you pick Niakorte for that, then I don't know why you would pick Casey.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
But
And
he
who
also
the hell
doesn't
is
pass the
Trent?
ball.
He's the one I was telling you about, the one that hasn't played for the Panthers but is going to get picked.
He's been named a
played
few
like
times, right?
9 games.
I'll
Yeah,
see.
I'm like, I
Let's see
know
if
he's been named for the Panthers a few times. I just didn't know if he actually.
He came off
Made.
interchange for 9 games.
Uh,
I think he scored a try too. But I don't even know what he plays.
he's a middle.
I heard he was a half.
I don't know. Fucking,
I
that's
don't
the go-to. That's the go-to. He's a middle.
He's a half.
Is he a half?
Yeah.
Oh well, you're playing the middle, brother.
He's like a centre half centre.
Oh, 5'8".
Yeah.
5'8" with 20 kicking meters.
And 9 games away. It's like 9 games?
I don't know. That's what you said.
Yeah, 9.
Yeah.
He's never played more than 35 minutes.
So what are our predictions? Who's making the grand final in this particular setting?
I reckon it'll be. I'd imagine Aussie will be in that final. I would back the Kiwis to get there. Not to say Tonga can't. I just think Tonga's a little bit inexperienced in the halves. Might end up biting them. So yeah, might pick a Aussie Kiwi final and then Aussies to take it out. I just think that Aussie spine is just far and away better than every other spine.
Mm.
Like the forward packs are pretty even. They're all three of them pretty elite. But that Aussie spine is just so far ahead. And sure, yeah, they might have not played that much together, but fuck me days. Those Aussie teams are just too bloody talented.
Yeah, man. I'm with you. I think Australia are going to be in the final. And then it's paper, scissors, rock, heads or tails between us and the Tongans. Who wants it more? Who's going to show up when the moments matter the most?
This sucks. I think I'm picking Tonga.
Over Kiwis.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
But you know what? Doesn't matter because we got the best looking jerseys.
No, you know
That's
what?
all that matters.
I'm not. I'm taking the Kiwis.
Mitch.
Taking the
Tarpany and Crosland gonna get us there. We're gonna beat Aussie in the final two.
We certainly can on any
long as I
given
don't-
day.
As long as we don't see Hiku take the field at all,
Yeah.
good to go.
Because ideally, it would be Brandon Smith starting and Phoenix at 14. Having
No.
freaking
I'd go the other way. Oh, to be fair, it'd be JMK.
Yeah, Jeremy Marshall King.
really, y'all like him that much?
He's solid with a good forward pack.
Yeah.
He's real
Like
good at playing
with the
off
forward pack we can put on the field,
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
you got
could
Moses,
really rip up a game.
yeah.
Like,
Britain.
um,
Britain, Nikora, Moses Leota. Who else are we missing?
Nelson.
A kicker.
Yeah, kicker.
Bro, that's what Hughes needs to work on this summer, eh? Kicking.
Nah. Oh yeah, but he would be what, fourth choice?
But
at-
he probably
at Storm?
down with fucking Chanel Harris Tavita in terms of kicking.
Who is our kicker if he gets injured?
Asako. What? Who is?
Sean. They probably ring up Sean. Why didn't Sean get in there? Just play 6 just to kick goals.
Sean said only if Hughes goes down, eh?
Well, you should have said, if Cody's available, I'll play for you.
Yeah, I can't lie. Sean, come on, brother. Come win the cup with us, please.
Yeah.
We need a goal kicker. We want to pick Molitalo, but we can't.
Yeah. Well, he's injured anyway.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
It's
I think
funny
that's
why
how
I didn't get named.
Warbrick gets in. Because obviously they always pick on loyalty. I would straight up be picking Warbrick. He would be my first choice.
Yeah, but Asako would be the one who misses out, but we need the goal kicker.
Yeah. Hey, Warbrick, learn to kick, cuz. And you always have a spot. Can he kick?
No,
don't
I
know.
actually
Joey
think
Tops.
Hiku can kick.
Oh,
We don't want to see him take the
fuck.
field.
Yeah, I know,
we don't
but-
want to see him take the field.
That'd be hilarious.
I think he
He
can
does
kick.
kick.
Yeah,
he does
Joey
kick.
Tarpany, we trust. Joey Tarps from the sideline.
Phoenix. Can Phoenix kick?
I don't know.
What if Isako, touch wood, I don't pray for this, but, Isako, injured, concussed. Then who kicks? Who's our next kicker for the
Chance.
Kiwis?
Chance.
I don't know. I feel as though Kinney could probably kick. I don't know why, but
I ain't never seen him kick.
I ain't
don't
never seen
want to
any
see
of
him
these
kick.
other kick either. But
I'm sure I've
What
seen
about-
Chance kick.
it might actually be why Hiku might end up making a team as a
Yeah.
backup to Asako. At least if
Yeah.
Asako goes down, Hiku would be there.
Can coaches kick? Imagine, Big Mel and Stace out there. Boom. I reckon Stace has still got it in him.
Chance has never kicked. Fuck.
Yeah, see? I've
Chance
never
has
seen
forced
it.
one career dropout.
And so it is Peter Hiku then, eh? Can Casey kick? Or is it Trent
I don't know.
Tolo?
I don't bloody
Casey can't pass. That's what I do know. Come on, Casey.
Toilo. Toilo. Is that his name?
Is that it?
But anyway, that's crazy. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, no episode on Tuesday. we'll be taking a break from our regularly scheduled episode because there's nothing to talk about. The season's over. The games start next week. So be sure to tune in next Thursday. It'll be a good game. Enjoy your weekend. Have fun. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, comment down below all your hate mail. Send it to us. Sam's got time. We don't have an episode on Tuesday, so we'll have some spare time somewhere to read your hate mail. Shout out Cameroon. Cameroon. Shout out. Shot for the listens, brethren. Germany. Shout out my brethren. USA. My brothers in Christ. I salute you. France. Japan. Cambodia, Venezuela, Colombia, Peru, Argentina, Spain, Portugal, Russia, Germany, Czech Republic, Slovakia, Slovenia, Belarus, Georgia, Malta, Vatican City, Italy, Australia, New Zealand, Tonga, Samoa, Fiji, Vanuatu, Papua New Guinea, Tokelau, Kiribati, Niue, Malaysia, Vietnam, China, Korea, both of yous.
Let's go, man.
Russia, Ukraine, thank you all so much.
That's wild.
Thank you all so much for listening. Appreciate you all. Israel, Palestine, Egypt, France, Morocco. What was another country? Have I said them all? Lithuania, Latvia, Lebanon, Liberia, Siberia, Liberian girl. Thank you all so much for listening. I've done enough rambling. Over to you, Sam, and Sue for the final words.
Holy.
Panama.
Yes. Stay locked and loaded for the next couple of weeks while we go over the what is it, the Pacific Nations Cup or whatever it is.
I'm just calling it international season.
Yeah. Stay locked for the international season. We'll have reviews, breakdowns, all that kind of stuff, previews for the upcoming games. But yeah, thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and over to two.
Yes, as always, we want to give a shout out to our friends both near and far. As always, we appreciate the support for us here at the Practice Run. That is it. Another episode done and dusted. The NRL season is closed for another year, but the international season is here. So you're stuck with us for another little bit. And we will keep it short and simple. And we will see ya. Oh, it's actually going to be a while till we see you, but we will see you when we see you. As always,
Thursday.
Fano. Yep, Thursday. As always, until then, be safe. And yeah, we'll just end it there. Church, Matua.